My name is Rhapsody, his name is Orbital Potato, and welcome back to Slipways. How's it going, bud?
It's going very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing damn well, although I feel like my mood may be raised or lowered based off of the response to this question. Hey, Orbital. Which of these races do you want to have a look at first?
I've got in my mind last week's run, or last run that we did, I should say, was very, very good, but it didn't have the oomph at the end that it needed to have in order to get us across the line.
You mentioned you wanted some late game happiness.
Yeah, I think that means Dender. as much as I really don't want it to, I think it means Dender.
I deeply appreciate that you will allow this to possibly mean Dender. I will say, Dender have Serenity. Happiness bonuses on people-producing planets are doubled, which would be a pretty good pair for the kind of idea that you are looking for here. We also have Xenofoods, food process structures, easy creation of food. Sure, it's a bit costly, but easy food. And then disease eradication improves the production of a populated planet by one person and adds a happiness bonus. Unfortunately, it is a project, so we'll take the project slot.
Okay, I think that's one of our heroes. Sure, one of our heroes for this episode. Could you?
Who's going to be our
carry? I'd like to pick between Picard, Silthid, and Euphorian. I don't want to go Vittori this time. Could we look at them if at all possible, please? Thank you.
Okay, so we have the Picard with the deep drilling as well as gravitic mining. We do have power grid, but we don't necessarily have geothermals. We might have solar plants. And then we do have Xenotourism coming back to us. However, we are missing the early start of just 40 gold.
That's what I was going to take. That's what I really wanted to take.
Considering we are now drafting things very specifically, we do have the possibility the old leap back in and leap back forth and see what's up with the Euphorian then kind of situation.
I feel like I like the Dender though.
It's true.
You know what I mean? I like the Dender right now.
Well, let me pitch this to you, right? You like the Dender here because of the ability for us to do late game things with relation to possibly Serenity, doesn't necessarily have to be, but just their late game techs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think so that's our late game, right? It might be a little bit of our early game. We might go into food processor structures to try and actually get the wheat so that we don't have to populate planets with, bots. Because think of it like this, right? A lot of the time when you make wheat, you're making wheat from bots or you're making it from biomass. Now, biomass going into a primordial to become wheat and then going back to a colony, that's great. That's one of the most efficient kind of setups for a colony you can have. However, most of the other setups to get wheat require you to get a person to make stone, to make a bot, to make wheat, to make the people, right? It's a long loop that you're doing there. Or if you have a remnant planet involved in that, you can also just get the person to make the bot, but you're only skipping out one step, right? If we take Xenofoods as a priority, we can try and use all of those planets more usefully and just individually make wheat where it is required.
Yeah, the downside is that it's a structure. It takes a long time to build, and it's kind of meh in comparison to a couple of the other things in Tier 1. Yep, for sure. And I think
we'll have a look as we go in, as to which is necessarily best. But I'm just kind of laying down where the Dender is at the moment for us, so that I can then segue to saying, so if that's our late game, and possibly early game, etc., blah blah blah, the little asterisk that I was trying to dab in there, you were also looking to try and supplement our early game with the Euphorian giving us the well-prepared tech, giving us the perk rather, giving us the 40 credits at the start. I really like that idea, and I think we can extrapolate from that idea to try and find something else that gives us a power boost at the very start of the game, right? Because that's what we're looking for, some leg up.
There's there's actually 4 techs here, which give us, three of them give us extra money. So it's really just a matter of deciding, do we care more about two-way trades or do we care about delivering ore? And I almost feel like if we're inclined to take the Bakar tech, we should maybe take Silthid, because then we have a chance of microforges and we're able to, you know, make a huge amount of money from microforges and ore when we combine those two skill trees together. But under other circumstances, I feel like Ephorians are probably just a little smidgen better.
Can I pitch you an idea that does
Hit me.
include Silthid? Okay. So the
Hit
idea
me.
is no Bakar. Silthid. So the big reason for this idea, we have the ability to reduce structure building cost, which could lie in Xenofood, but it could also, you know, relate itself to a lot of other things in the game. It's completely fine. But thinking about Bakar, deep drilling, if we do theoretically go Xenofood, now all of this is going to be about the theoretical world where we end up with Xenofood, but just for the moment, I'll go through that and then I'll go through the other reasons. In the world where you do end up with Xenofood, we can cut mining out really, really heavily from most of the things that we have to do. And if we take novelty traders to get people making goods on remnant planets, that's always going to be a two-way trade, because the good always goes back to a colony, or typically goes back to a colony, which means there's an easy two-way trade there for us, right? We've cut out the ore again. We don't really need to start colonizing Forge Worlds heavily. And if we have a bunch of free Forge Worlds, you know who really, really likes free Forge Worlds? Silthid, baby.
It's a good point. It's a good point. And, you know, I like it. I do like it. But does this give us the early game sustain that we need without any sort of cash injection perks?
Here's my idea for that, is that novelty traders will give us a very, very early successful colony. And colonies are your moneymaker.
It'll be good. It'll be good, but will it be enough? That's the real question. Will it be
definitely
enough?
is. Definitely is the right question.
Stop us skipping. All right, I like this. I like. I mean, to be honest, I'm not completely sold on the Silthid versus Bakar, but to be honest, I think it's much of a muchness because we don't know what the late game techs are. Yeah. Let's chance it. We haven't played with microforges for a little while. Let's give it a shot. This seems like a good lineup. I like this. I like this a lot.
Sure. Let me also just throw out there. Are you possibly thinking about maybe space architects here to save us a little bit of money when we're making structures? Should we consider dropping one of these? Are you comfortable with the perk layout that we have? Do you want to have a look at what Vittori is holding at the moment?
No, I don't even care about Vittori. All right, so done with Vittori. I think this is perfect. This is good.
I will say,
now we just gotta hope.
A commonality between our two best runs so far has been a early boost in research, usually funded by Well Prepared. So we're going to be looking for other ways to supplement that.
But also, pretty sure a commonality in all of our good runs have been no Dender. That's
excuse me? The only commonality in all of our good runs has been the two of us.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I think we take this 5-banger and then possibly this 4.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. That's a good call.
That's so good. We already have access to artifact trading here. We can get ourselves one colony here and then try and find another colony nearby. Try and get 2 successful colonies off super early.
Let's see what's around the back of that remnant world. Actually, if you colonize it quick and then just
that's a 5-banger.
That might actually be more valuable.
Oh, that's not a 5-banger actually. This one, only just not.
That 5-banger might actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's actually not a bad play. I mean, it's a little bit risky, but like.
It is a little bit risky, but one of the first things we're always going to want to do is set up a colony. And as soon as we set up its normal inputs, I mean, maybe we don't use Tisiphone for that, right? Maybe we use this and then still make the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, although to be fair, we'll be doing it either way, so I'm not really sure that it matters.
There's another colony. Heck, there's another colony here.
Yeah, but no inputs for Arctic World, which we've colonized.
No inputs for the Arctic World. Well, that we would be checking down in this direction.
I think we have to do that. Double down on.
Oh, Gaia World provides. In fact, it provides both of the colonies. It's just wheat that is going to be hanging from these two colonies at the moment.
That's very good. That's very, very good. What about the desert world? Can we add the desert world, the jungle world? Can we? There's no chance that we can slipstream wheat past the remnant world by any chance? I suspect. Yeah, no, didn't think so. It's worth a shot.
Can't do it out that way either. So we've got 6 months remaining in the year. So all we really need before the end of year 1 is 3 more months to colonize another planet, and then 1 month to connect the two with a slipway. So we can get 2 extra scouts out here before we actually have to really decide what we're doing. And
wheats. If we get wheats, we are so golden.
If you colonize,
if you colonize the water world, will that allow you to get that little bit of extra vision that allows you to scan properly? By any chance?
There's no water worlds. You mean Earth?
Yeah, sorry, Earth. Like, yeah.
Good question.
Because I'm thinking like the 3-banger that's closest to the Arctic world would be best. Down south is what I'm.
Unfortunately, it doesn't buy us any vision there.
Didn't think. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
This one might just be buck up and take the 2.
I think that is exactly where we're at. That's wheat. That's wheat, baby. That's
wheat. That's mine. That's bots. That's exactly what we need.
Okay,
Ooh,
I think.
Is it though?
I think this is good. Yeah, I think this is good.
So this is a person that provides the biomass as well as the water over here. We can get wheat from the ocean, but then we're cutting ourselves off with this line.
That's a good shout. We can't get biomass from anywhere else, though, can we?
This is the only biomass source, so we really need to use the Gaia world, which means we might need a secondary wheat source for this colony.
Let's have a little look at our techs, if at all possible, please. See if we've got lucky.
Great point. Well made. Extreme miniaturization. There we are.
Pog champ. And hyperlanes. Oh, yes.
Unlock self-farming crops. People become wheat on Earth-like ocean and jungle planets. You know what? If anything's going to convince me we don't take Xenofoods, it'll be that.
I've never seen that before.
It's because you don't play Dender.
It's because I don't. That's exactly it. That's it.
Whoa, this actually has a second level specific upgrade as well.
It's just more, presumably, more
Arctic,
planets.
arid, swamp can all do it now as well. Ooh.
Is that a tier 3? Yeah, it's a tier 3. Okay, it's a tier 3.
It's tier 3.
And then what do we got level 3? Because I'd like to...
Ubiquitous networks, so we reduce admin costs by 35%, reduces colonization costs by 100%, and the time by a month. This also gets us a second level called matter cloning, which reduces it by 2 months total. Not an extra 2 months, as we found out relatively recently, or I found out relatively recently at least. And then limited teleportation, teleporter structures.
Right, so not a single late game happiness tech. So
not yet, but if we do invest in a little bit of Dender, and I think it's quite likely. Obviously, we're pretty far from the point we'd make the decision, but I think it's quite likely we may end up taking a self-farming crop. That does not unlock a random level 3 Dender tech. It only... it's a specific level 3 Dender tech.
We gotta hope for a 4-bear ruin. We gotta hope to find a late game happiness tech. That's what I'm banking on now. So there we go. Actually, I think gene adjustment, by the way, is the play here. Just for reference, when we get there, I think it's so good.
Almost exactly what I was going to say. Same brain.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
It's just so valuable.
Okay. So I mean, the Gaia world and the connection is probably the most income we can get here. 5 months left.
I mean, you can check both of them.
It gets us 4. And then, I mean, this is because floats fewer inputs.
Yep.
But that does mean we are cutting this off officially from the source of wheat down here, and we're looking for another source of wheat. But that leaves this with a hanging wheat later on for more colonies down in this direction. I feel like we're going to be a lot more colony heavy with this setup than we will be with many others.
I agree. But to be honest, that's good, because we're doubling happiness bonus on colonies, and therefore, if we don't have any late game happiness tech, then we got to just colony, prosper the colonies to victory. That's what we have to do, and that's the strat, so I guess we just lean into that hard.
Yeah. Here, I mean, the Arctic farm can get funded by Gaia Worlds because this is going to have 2 people going into it, so it's already going to get halfway to its Prospera, and then it can get
Arctic world.
Yep.
Go hit it with a little colonization just to see what's around it, if at all possible, please, because there might be some wheaty stuff. Yeah, out there.
I think I can.
Actually, hold up. Food processor structures.
Yeah.
for the arid world, right? Like that's because I think we only have like one. We only have one tier 1 tech that we're guaranteed to take, and that's gene adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
Xenofoods could be the other one.
Honestly, if Xenofoods is the other one, because we will get an extra wheat, extra biomass and an extra water, we could actually just use 2 food processor structures to actually fund this entirely. Like, this can be a closed system. And then that goes out there for the artifact trade that comes in here. That will require us, like, pretty quickly making our way towards Xenofoods so that we don't just choke after doing all of this. It means we hang the input of the wheat here for a little bit. I'm actually fine with that. We're usually hanging at least 1 input for a while early on. Why not hang one that we have a plan to fix?
I just don't know. I don't know if we can manage to do that. I like it as well. I like it as well, but I also think, is it possible for us to generate enough income in order to make a whole science infrastructure? Because that's what we need to do, right? Like, we need to find...
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what. We already have the ability to start building a pretty sick lab right here for rocks. Right? Person from the ocean. The ocean sends out a person to the mineral. That also sends a person to the ocean. Rock to the ocean. So we got rock, person. That's already 4? 4? 3? Hang on. 4? I think it's 4. 1 by base, and then 2, and then 1. Yeah, so 4. 1 by base 2 times is the same one.
Yeah, okay. I think I understood a couple of words.
Sorry. The scaffolding in my brain was a lot clearer than I said it out loud. If we put a mineral lab right here, we can easily connect in each of these mines. This mine is going to be hanging a person for a little bit of time, but it can get a person from the colony that we set up here, which can get its rock back from the mine. And then we have the ability to put the excess mine, excess person. So we get 2 minerals, 2 people into a lab, getting 4 science per year.
Yeah, I'm very, very keen on that, actually. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, one scan, I guess, maybe around the left of the black hole somewhere, because that's usually slightly better chances for planets. And then I think we move on. Yeah.
While you are saying that, and like there are lots of dense things we can do over here, we would have to start a whole new system over here because it's not going to be contiguous with this. Like 20 is the maximum for that, and we already have a plan to fix what we want here. I think what we do, honestly, is maybe just skip the month. Or like scout things that can be relevant to the current system that we're trying to create.
Maybe even the 2-banger over there. Yeah, that's... Or the one north. Yeah, go that, actually, because if we find another mineral planet, then that'll define where we place the lab, I guess.
Exactly, I like it. 4 bear, useful.
Yeah, I'd rather no.
Increase the number of prosperous planets by 1.
I don't think it's microchips. I don't think we've got a plan to do anything with microchips.
I don't think we do either. Not for a while, at the absolute least. I'm not... I'm not mad at that. Because this is already going to get to successful relatively soon. Well, I mean, it's going to be even longer than that for this.
It's going to be at least 3 years for the prosperous planet. Microchips, not necessarily. Microchips, not necessarily. It could be shorter because we could discover another Forge world, and microchips by base produce... Or microchip factories by base produce 2. There's only 2 Forge worlds.
That is true. That is true. And
But
if
what do we
this
do with
still
them?
has excess rock, it can try and fund this a little bit more. But yeah, exactly. What are we doing with them? We have a jungle up here that has the ability to try and make a colony using a microchip input. But honestly, most of
Yeah.
our microchip inputs would be going towards... question mark?
Science, maybe, but I mean, even then, it's pretty tenuous.
I don't think these top two are going to be impossible, because as soon as we get the food processor structures, both of these are going to become successful. Not just established, but successful, because the remnant up here with the artifact trading giving them both a good. Then this is already successful as soon as it connects to Fenrir, so we have an in-system of just 3 successful things. This is obviously going to be taking another person as well. If this gets a water at all, then this pops successful, this pops prosperous. We just pop a whole system really early on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, actually, hold on.
The successful ocean,
Yeah.
you mean?
Okay. No, go for that. Yeah, I think those are the two. But before we connect up the arid colony, we should connect up the Arctic colony to the north, because otherwise, both of the biomass is going to go into the Arctic colony to the left, and that's going to count as fewer inputs and outputs to the Earth-like world, which is imperative in terms of prospering it, because we need 6. Does that make sense?
Hang on. Are you saying that you think that once this gets another person, it will put another biomass into the McCaffrey?
Yes.
It won't. You can
You
only
sure?
get one resource from the same thing. I'll show you. Still floats its biomass.
All right. There we go. All right, that's perfect then. We don't even need to worry about it.
That's dire to the plan as well, because we need the excess biomass and excess water not going into those so that we can make the food process structures.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just scaffold a lab then, I guess. It's gonna be tight. This is gonna be it's gonna be really tight.
If we have any way to do this with only 5 more planets being colonized, that's going to be the way that we want to do it. Now, this is good income. This is 5 income we get from just that connection. And we are going to have to worry about our income early on because we didn't get the well-prepared bonus. And then on top of that, 1, 2, 3 gives us another setup for the lab. So that's 4 that were included so far. And then the 5th, I guess, would be artifact trading after a while. Let's just scaffold the lab out, as you'd previously said, and I'd accidentally ignored.
Yep. It can be either. It can be either or.
Can be either. It's just after we get... Actually, is that going to be able to even connect? Ooh, it's not. It's close.
That's fine.
It's the fact that we're not going to get another person out of this. So 1 goes there, and then 1 has to go to the lab. So this is going to be hanging a person... Well, actually, it's not going to be hanging a person. That can easily go there.
Yeah, but that needs to go to lab too, if we want to get 4 science, right?
Yes, also true.
Yeah.
So we're going to be hanging at least 1 person on one of these for a while, which I don't think is a problem.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all.
However,
all right.
October, it's going to be 2 months to set up the lab, and I get to put 1 person into it. We can get 1 science before the end of this year, or, as I think we probably should do, we go for that and then start with these as quickly as we can. So what, we've got 8 months left in this year, connect 2 of these, and then put down the lab. Or connect 2 of these and then scout or something. Trade income's as good as we can get it right now.
Not bad at all. Yeah. Do we not scan for the extra income?
I think you might actually be right. I do like the idea of not scanning here.
Because, well, you see that little cluster that you identified to the south. Again, if there is a ore planet in that vicinity,
there isn't.
There's not, so it doesn't matter. That's fine. All right. Let's lab it up.
Let's lab it up. Always. Oh, but I can put that there and then click it over. Hell yeah.
Do you want to connect that ore mine up?
Just gonna use so broken. Oh,
That's so
this is a good
busted.
direction. It is. This one might need a change. Not the geothermals or anything like that, but this one maybe.
So I was reading the Discord the other day. Supposedly geothermals, the 30% income perk, supposedly it's been nerfed. I've heard that it's been changed. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I kind of expected that was going to happen, despite my pushback.
That left is also a good direction. Not like it really matters anymore.
Really not.
It's
Hey,
juicy.
we could easily end up exploring out in this direction. This is just our initial system.
Do you want to connect up that ore world? I thought you wanted to leave it hanging for a little while.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need to leave this. Maybe we put this here, leaving it open to a possible additional from one of these after we scout later.
Okay, that's good. 5 income. It's tight. It's tight. What is that? 3 years? 4 years. It's a bit of a pain,
it's
actually.
4 years for Xenofoods right now, unless we connect to a forebear ruin for the extra 2 sites from that.
Is there any way that that's possible? It's the Arctic colony, the arid colony. No, I don't think it is. This is a risky play. This whole shebang.
It is, but I want to say I promise you. You know what? Screw it. I will say I promise you this is going to be good, because I can see the scaffold of this system unveiling itself in my mind. Right? Like we end up with a thawing facility here. It's fine. I don't need. Can I? New PC, so it's still showing me the in-game tutorials. No, thank you. No more. Right, so this ends up making a water out of bots. We can make a bot with the excess that comes out of here. The water goes back up there. And then the secondary water goes in to make the wheat for this from another structure. Skipping another wheat planet for us. If it gives the possibility of output of multiple wheat, we could even try and fund this colony over here.
Can I offer you another alternative?
Yes.
We turn that arid, the Arctic world into a colony, and then just hope that we're going to be able to find water for the mineral world on the left somewhere in that cluster of planets.
And we're finding the biomass and wheat for this from where?
Oh, that can be found. That can be found from the south, from the other stuff. I'm just thinking of linking it up to the goods world that we've got, that the forge world will become, because we are going to need goods for the ocean world anyway.
Yes, this is going to need goods later on, definitely. Okay, that's a good point, right? This has to be goods because we need to make a successful ocean world. Good point.
Exactly.
Good point. The only problem is it also needs wheat.
Yeah, it's a good point as well. Point well made.
All right.
Okay, I mean,
now might be the time to refocus around income for a period of time.
Yeah, if we had that extra 40 cash right now, man, that would be so nice.
No kidding.
I mean, if you did get a colony up there and then linked it up, what would that change our income? Okay, all right. Can't do it. That's all good. I'm just thinking, because linking up those asteroids and popping them all, it's very nice. It's all possible.
Would be a nice injection of cash for us.
We've also not seen a single other asteroid, which is a little bit of a shame.
Hang on, this doesn't need an extra rock just yet, right? It can get its extra rock in order to fund the Forge World later on. So that means we theoretically could make this into a colony and then make this into a thawing facility, funding the water for the colony, and then a person goes back up here into the lab, getting us to our magic number in terms of our 5 income.
Our science. It does also just torpedo our income.
It removes 1 income from us. Because we don't need to do this part of it yet.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if you want to, then yeah.
It's not that I want to. I'm exploring options here.
I don't love it. We've got a lot of stuff hanging.
We do.
And we're not going to be able to fix this until 3 years go by.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, 4, actually. Maybe we should actually legitimately start thinking about happiness and worrying about it a little bit.
The only happiness failures that we have are resource shortages that are building up over time to their like height, and we already have a plan to fix those two. This one we have a-ish plan to fix, and as soon as we fix this fixes this one.
Yeah, those two I'm not worried about. In fact, I'm not worried about any of them. It's just the time. I don't even necessarily want to scan.
Yeah, same, right?
Yeah.
Income's tight at the moment.
We could take we can't take that single asteroid. I was thinking we could, if we had something that we really needed, we could just pop it now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just too good later.
I think what we really need is time to pass.
Yeah, I think you're right. We just need that science, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's skip the year for sure.
Copy with that.
Okay. It's good science income. It's good science income. And actually, how much does a food processor structure cost to build? Because we're probably gonna
Good question.
Be stuck with that.
It does not appear to tell us.
I guess we won't know.
Most of the early game ones are like max 20. It's the 30s and 50s you get late.
Yeah.
And as soon as we fix one of them, suddenly our income skyrockets because we can start artifact trading.
Yeah, so we've got, what, 2, 4, 6 planets at the moment. So yeah, that's our last planet then, the artifact trading.
Exactly. Which means if we're not making structures and we're not colonizing planets, Orbital might pitch is that we skip 2 years.
I think you're right. I really hate it, though. Like, it's...
I don't love it either. I don't love it either, but I think that this is going to be a very, very comfortable start after we do that.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Don't get me wrong. It's just...
And then it's only...
what is gene adjustment? What does gene adjustment give us?
Gene adjustment is the upkeep removal. Oh, right. 6 more.
Not much at the moment, but it'll increase. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it'll just be the number of planets, right, taken off of our.
Hey, hold on. What about disease eradication? Actually, what does that project cost?
That project. That's a good point. Let's get the project, and can I? I don't actually know if I'll be able to. Oh yeah, 10. So it gets an extra person, that's a huge effect, right? A colony just producing an extra person for 10, and also gets a 1% happiness bonus, which is doubled by our serenity.
Yep.
It's not bad. And if we have no plans for other projects to put anywhere, and currently we don't really have plans for other projects to put anywhere, then that could be a totally legitimate way to approach this.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we don't have to make the decision now. We can make it in a couple of years when we have it. Are we skipping one more year, by the way? Or
I think we have to.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay. This problem is now going to disappear. That is expensive.
25. Yeah, it's a lot of moolah. All right, let's see what it does to our income. Yeah.
Okay, does it have a second level? It does have a second level. Can I use this for both?
21.
That's what it does to our income, baby.
That's good. That's really good.
That's what it do. Now, we do only have one left. If we skip, colonize this, connect these two, we are now income lords.
Yeah. Yep. Let's do that. Nice. That's really good.
Boom.
Really good. That's really good.
Incroyable.
And that's 34. 34 income.
Mm-hmm.
34 income.
Hey, we should have connected Cerberus down here, actually, because then McCaffrey could have funded this right now.
I don't think it'll matter soon anyway.
Eventually, sure. At the moment, though. Okay, so it is both levels of this want both of those, which is actually really good, because that means a Gaia world can do it, but it also means a, not thawing facility, a mechanized harvest can instantly make 2 wheat. You know, we could also just do it with the jungle farm, but...
Yeah, it's nice because it's not a colony as well. It's a structure, so we don't have to. It doesn't go towards the network costs overall or the or anything. Right, missions. We're 8 years in, and a mission would be rather nice to solve. I think
it would. If this trades with one more successful planet, it will pop. And if this pops prosperous, well, yeah, all it needs to do is trade with one more successful planet and pops prosperous. The successful planet
What's
that it's
that
going to be trading
be?
with, yeah, exactly. 24, it's out of range, unfortunately. And then the ocean world down here pops successful after we get some wheat, and then this has to be the goods factory.
Does, yeah.
So then wheat production, in my mind, has to come from... I mean, it's easier to get from the thawing facility.
We can scout out to the left. We can see what's going on out there somewhere.
Ooh. Actually reveals a pretty good banger down there.
Yeah? Freezers isn't boss. No. I still think it's... Hold on, that's actually quite good for science immediately.
Ice ball, desert, and lava. Unfortunately, this is a colony,
Yeah.
not a desert.
No, not that one. Top left.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's another person output for here.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's something. I still think I prefer gene adjustment as the tech, but
I think so too. Or disease
an
eradication. But then we have to find something to do with all of these people, because we've got a lot of colonies.
Yeah, disease eradication is so good. Anything that gives you like an extra unit of production, like the freaking energy perk from the car, is just so powerful, right? Like it's just you get free real estate, literally free real estate.
It's free real estate.
Haven Worlds.
So that's what we unlocked from the Dendotech that we picked up. Xenofoods unlocks Haven Worlds. Wheat turns straight into happiness on Earth-like ocean and jungle planets. And in addition to that, it leads to a Denda level 3 technology of a random kind. That's our happiness tech in right there.
If we take another Dender level 1 tech, will that lead to another Dender level 3 tech? Or a level 2 tech even?
Do you want to take it and see what it leads to and then undo? Can we do that?
Yes. Yeah. I think we can definitely take techs and then undo them.
That gave us weather control.
Nothing.
Removing it closer to... Oh, we had that already, dude?
We had that already. Yeah, for sure.
Are you absolutely
I'm
certain?
an idiot. We didn't have weather control, but I'm sure I saw weather control there before. Oh, well. All right.
And here's where I check if this is a possible exploit. We got weather control again that time. Do we get weather control again? Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. So no then. So weather control, I guess we probably don't care about weather control.
I mean, it gets the arid to Earth-like, right?
I don't even think the arid's a problem, though. Like, we get biomass and or water somewhere. from another planet nearby, and it basically solves the arid world once we get ourselves a structure.
It's not the arid that's a problem, but if this was an Earth world and if it could make the Gaia world similar to Bull, right? We could then turn this into a colony. It can take obviously it can take just directly a biomass, and then it can even put a water up here. And then if it gets a person from here and a person from here, this is suddenly making an extra biomass and an extra water in its Earth-like, which then goes into a structure that then feeds the wheat into the Cerberus and Vern. So it effectively replicates this down here.
I agree, but I mean, there is a chance that we could find an Earth-like kind of nearby. Anyway, just, because.
It's also an extra person. Oh, no, because it'd be cut off.
Yeah.
That is possible. I mean, so I guess that comes down to, like, if we are... Oh, we can't even scout there yet. But if we are attempting to do scouting, are we just collecting this as a colony and then throwing out the scout? Or are we collecting it as a thawing facility and then trying to fund the colony and then trying to find a structure?
I think we doubled down on colonies, to be honest. Like, I think that's the play. I don't think we do it now, obviously, but I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to decide what our other level 1. Well, we know what our level 1 tech is going to be. It's got to be gene adjustment, right?
I think so.
Unless there's anything better. I mean, xenotourism.
Well, think about our weaknesses and how we account for them. It's, right now, income. As soon as we colonize something... Oh, that's actually not that bad.
Can jungle go xenotourism, actually? I think it can.
I think it can, yeah.
It can. Well, that planet up there is actually kind of prime for xenotourism, actually.
So the first two things that a xenotourist planet wants people and goods.
Yeah.
So I'd have to find some water for this to get an extra good out.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that if there's some water out over there, yeah, maybe we pop a scan over there actually, and then this can help define our course. That's not bad.
I mean, it's pretty bad. It's not water. Also,
it's not water.
I think that kind of kills that in crib, to be honest.
But it is another colony. Which is Pog. And it's chips from next door. Yeah, look, xenotourism was tenuous at best, to be honest. I'm not in love with it.
Unfortunately, we can't get gene adjustment next year. Just under a game.
Maybe it is mineral. Maybe it is mineral seeding. Or what if you take freeze-resistant bots, see what our level 2 silted tech is? Gill implants.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah. The reason that I was thinking xenotourism is because money is our weakness at the moment, and we're about to cross that threshold. And I think xenotourism in the long term will pay more dividends than network, whatever it's called, the gene adjustment thing.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that. It's just, it also would end up costing us extra facilities that we have to make in order to do all of the tourist things. Whereas gene adjustment just happens. Like this.
I think we're skipping, right? Like we're skipping to the end of the year. Or maybe scanning somewhere. I
mean, we could. I'd be happy skipping.
I think we do skip, to be honest.
Our income isn't bad.
Yeah. Okay, what's our level 2 Euphorian tech?
Right now we have hyperdrive in there. That's gonna be really good.
Yeah, but if we unlock xenotourism just to check, then we'll be able to see what it is.
Geo-harvesting. Harvest on all planets. Destroy things for raw materials. That actually might be
cash.
Really good.
That's cash money.
It is. Money. And we can also unlock that by going for gene adjustment. In fact, if we went gene adjustment and then harvest afterwards, We just become a structure builder. We are a structure gamer.
Time though, that's the only issue. I think it takes what 2 or 3 months to geo harvest.
Yeah, it'll take a while for us to get there.
Yeah.
I will say this for your Xenotourism plan: extreme miniaturization creates all of the resources that any growing Xenotourism needs. Yeah, level 2 does. Sorry.
Yeah, so that would need to be at level 3 if I'm not, or no, extreme miniaturization is level 2.
It's also quite high, low in cost.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got so many juicy level 2 techs, and we only have 3 to take. So
you're not wrong. Hyperdrive has.
I mean,
well, Hyperdrive is Hyperdrive.
Hyperdrive, I think we have to take. It's just too good. Okay, what are our priorities right now? What are our priorities? We don't need to necessarily take the. We don't necessarily need to do anything with science right now. Let's think about how we can make a little bit of cash.
The easiest way for us to make cash right now is to solve this colony and then put a person out from this colony into Bulyachev.
Yeah. How
would we accomplish that? It's an excellent question.
Here's a proposal. Rewind one time, because we have five cash money. Check either the bottom right or the bottom left relevant to the water world. I feel like maybe the bottom left might be slightly better because there is a high chance planet right over there and a 4-banger. Yeah.
I mean, these are both strong as well.
But they won't connect into the water world.
Or will they? Because how I'm thinking that we connect in here is not just wheat directly. Because, like, you know, we have one chance, and that's wheat being grown here for cheaper than the Arctic farm. The only things cheaper than the Arctic farm still require one bot to make wheat, right? Or primordial that requires a biomass to make a wheat. However, if we search out here, we can easily just throw something into a structure here and then up there. Right, so we just have more likely planets over here. Whereas this is likely, likely, mid, unlikely, likely, mid.
All right, if you're feeling lucky.
It's less about feeling lucky, and it's more about oof. Hello.
That's very interesting.
It is, isn't it? That water export could easily. Well, I mean, that water export immediately makes this colony successful. We can even like make that a 2-way and then just put a structure here. It's just that structure would then need a biomass input if it really wants to throw another wheat up here. So what we're really doing is just creating a new problem. Unless we just water export goes here, goes up there. We're just hanging a person here for a while. I don't think that's too bad.
Curious and curiouser. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad at all. I'd like to see what's out to the right there. Afterwards, after we have enough money to colonize and then uncolonize.
4-banger of 3 mids and a likely.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 36 cash. We got to get a couple of things set up. You want to set up the water export route? Yeah. Okay. No chance.
Board. Oof.
Yeah. And we don't have enough for gene adjustment quite yet. Xenotourism. Hold up. Xenotourism could go on those water worlds.
It's definitely true. They would need people, and then they
humor
would...
me.
Yeah. What's up?
Humor me for... Take xenotourism, if possible, please, and then colonize the jungle world up at the top and see how that changes our income. So costs 10. I think that's just super good, to be honest. I think that's good enough to... I think it's good.
It's giving us a positive of 3.
Yeah. And that's just with one input. We have another input right next door if we can find water for it.
Most trades like this gives us 4. And in fact, I think we probably should just do that for the +4 right now. Unless we want to, like, wait for the ability to throw that out there.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's until we get a good in there, it's not particularly valuable, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it.
Oh, can't connect that before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, good usage of time. We pop this asteroid, right? We miss out on a possible total of 12, but when are we going to be colonizing both of these? Right? So we get that, and then we even get 4 more of it back because we create this, and it gives us 4 more income for the end of the month.
Yeah. You can do a scan as well if you want.
Could do, but we have expensive stuff we have to do down here for the whole fix.
I don't think we're going to be able to do that this year anyway, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Not... let's see. 8, and then it's probably going to be like a 14, 28, 8, 36.
Skip the year. Skip the year and see. Yeah.
We get pretty close.
6 away. If there's another asteroid that you could take.
And that's only connected to a desert.
Yeah, okay, then undo and take it at the end of last year as well.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's a new year with a better income. You go there. Try and make this skim as much as it can.
Exactly enough. Exactly enough.
Mm-hmm.
That takes our income down. Why does it do that? Oh, because the empire size grew. That's why.
Yeah. This connects over there, and then this becomes a good lab. So this is with another 5 months. Not super jazzed. And I'm starting to really feel the weight of all of the skipped years here. But we solved it. That connects there. Actually, hang on. Wait. In the previous month, we did not have the ability to get gene adjustment. Dang.
Nope.
Okay. We skip. We get our gene adjustment. More income. We get more income again. Does this want to make it from a... No, it definitely wants to make it from that. We just need water for that. Mission completed.
That's good. That's good.
And then this just needs 1 more successful trade.
It'll get it from the north. It'll get it from the north colony. If we do indeed turn that into a colony.
I love turning it into a colony. It's just
resources where? Yes, exactly.
Well, it still needs to become successful is the thing, right? And successful is one of the hardest things a colony can be. So, and because this can't give out any more of its outputs, right? Because it's trading 2 of them into the food processor. I mean, a world
the
where
mechanized harvest.
Yeah, sorry.
Mechanized harvest on the jungle world.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect, right?
For what?
One can go to goods. The biomass can go to Arctic world. Then we just need to find a wheat source, and we can use a biomass processor thing.
Oh right, you're still talking about forming this into a colony.
Yeah. I think that's the only way that we're going to get a successful trade, right? Unless you can see any other way.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, right? How do we get a person in here? You can't get a person from a non-colony. And how do we get any of these out? Well, we can't get any of them out, right? So if that's our limitation, then yeah, it's going to have to come in from a colony. But the problem is this will also have to pop successful. So, although actually it can, yeah, right. I get it now. This gives the extra good up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was completely missing you. I see it now. I see it. I agree. I think that's really good. So the mechanized harvest is going to give out a... Okay, the mechanized harvest is not going to be able to fund the wheat just yet.
No,
it would need
it won't. It won't.
A bot in. Actually, you'd need 2 bots in.
It's fine though. I don't necessarily think that's a super big problem. We can find another planet as well that I'm sure would be able to.
Hey, this could
Yeah.
actually do it.
Yeah. I don't love that, to be honest. Because that is 2 very expensive slipways that we're gonna have to build. I wonder if it's maybe worth like a little scan. Is that a 3-banger up to?
Tis
Yeah,
indeed.
I think that's a scan, or maybe even
Doesn't get better than the 3-banger there, unless we want really far for one
that's
higher
good.
quality.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. That's good in a way because it would provide robots for the mechanized harvest, but other than that, I'm not loving it. What are we trying to prosperous right now? Ocean World.
Currently, we're trying to prosperous Bull just because it's the closest, only being
okay.
1 successful adjacency away. However, we also have 2 successful adjacencies on McCaffrey, and if both of these get water, boom, McCaffrey's prosperous.
Oh,
Here,
so it's just any
this one's a
planet. I
little
thought
harder.
it was.
Yeah, it's any of them. Just increase the number of prosperous planets by 1. So then I was also looking down here, because if this water came out here, that becomes successful. This also suddenly gets more money. That's actually a lot of income. It's a lot of income. It's a small amount of income. Never mind. But this would get a successful adjacency, and then it would be a matter of just making this successful, which would then make this established. Then we would need to get another output for... Yeah, this is not the plan. This actually might be the plan of the one that we want to make prosperous now. And if we do, what we want is some sort of water source.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
That can't connect, unfortunately.
That's a shame. But it wouldn't matter because we'd still need to get robots in there somehow anyway.
There it is.
That's good. That's good. In fact, I tell you what, that's great because if we unlock geoharvesting, we just geoharvest that swamp planet, and then that that forge world in the top left can supply to both jungle worlds.
Forge world in the top left can supply to both jungle worlds.
Probably, if it's not out of range.
It's out of range.
You jerk. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I mean, look, this still has another output just here. Right? Can it connect? Yeah, it can connect as long as this gets blown up. And it could. Now, so if that makes that a successful planet, now we're just looking at trying to make this successful, and because this connection is too long, we would have to...
a jungle.
Yeah.
I think this is a bad idea. I think I think Arctic colony is far and away our best option, to be honest. Like far and away our best option.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure
too.
actually. You know, the mechanized harvest that we have on the jungle world, the mechanized harvest that we could build on the jungle world, it could actually provide all of the inputs for the Arctic world to make it established. It could. It just means that we wouldn't get the good from the remnant world. It means that we'd have to get the good from the forge world up to the north in order to make it successful.
So that's not impossible, right? Because if we make robots anywhere up here, because we're going to want to do that with the mechanized harvest, then we can also have a robot go in here for a goods factory.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's great. Very cool.
It's a little bit of income if we connect it that way. I mean, that's always ending up exporting here anyway because it needs to be traded.
Yeah, it's going to happen anyway. It's going to happen. Okay, then just the mechanized harvest and the food processor. Is there any way to get more resources in?
Ain't that just the question, right?
We gotta think about hyperdrive as well. Like, what do we get when hyperdrive comes online?
I mean, when hyperdrive comes online, we have the ability to connect these, but it'll just be excess And again, that could go over the line. Here's something I'm thinking of, actually. Because what? This... Yeah, this still wants another import or output, but it's not going to get a person output anywhere around here. And is it going to get another import? I mean, it could, and wants successful adjacencies. So part of me is thinking, what if we did like a spicy that there, that made a breeding program, and then we get double wheat there. 1 wheat goes in here, 1 wheat goes up there.
That cuts off the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. It cuts off the good connection that could potentially happen, but...
Well, but we're already intending to cut that off for this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
It's pretty expensive to do. With 5 planets away from growing.
Yeah, and a long slipway as well. I mean, we don't need to do it now, right? Like, the food processor just needs to fix... We just need to fix up the Arctic world. Like, let's focus on that and then get the mission done. And then we can always add the breeding program later.
Exactly. It just helps us decide where this gets placed.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Good. And then just the Forge world, right? Oh, we might not be able to colonize it this year. Although, actually, September?
Yeah, I think we'll manage. If any of these is... Oh my god, especially here. If any of these is a remnant world. Huh? Bot, water, biomass. Biomass goes out there, but this connects up there first. That's a hyperlane later on.
Okay.
I think we take the gamble on these 4, and then cut our losses and do the Forge world.
Okay. All right. We tried.
We did. Did we fail?
But in the end, it doesn't even matter. That's actually deeply frustrating because that jungle world would have been a great source of breeding program.
Mm-hmm.
But it still can be with hyperlanes. Keep in mind, it still can be. And in fact, I'll tell you what: if it's colonized right now, it can be a two-way trade with the Arctic world. When for biomass, I say right now. You know what I mean. Like it's soon. It's extra income, and it can also supply extra wheat to the food processor at a later date.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong. Now we do have the ability for that to get the... So we're not hanging at any point. That to get ore goes here for the good. The good comes down, pop that, finish the mission.
I think that's preferable, to be honest.
Okay. Gotta go to the next year if we want to do that. Although we can take that mine and then pop this asteroid to try and make good use of the end of the year.
Yeah. Okay. No, we can't. So I guess yes, it doesn't matter.
It reduces our income by 2. I think we care about the months. More than 2 income right there. And, man, I really want to make bots. Hop, hop, hop. Is our first prosperity
stuff? Actually, there's a slightly better order to do that in. I think.
Sure.
If you just connect, if you found the exact. Do the exact thing that you did, except just connect the goods up first so that we get the prosperity first.
Right. So that anything that is involved in a mission later on. Got it.
Correct.
It still needs an output.
Oh, it needs an output. Okay, there we go. Didn't make that much of a difference.
It's all good. 2 more wheat planets to successful. The thing is, we are mostly using other structures to create wheat, so I think that kind of decides these too easily for us.
Yeah, I think you're right. 74 income's nothing to sniff at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need robot production, don't we?
Yep. And especially up here if we can get it. Oh, that's a 4-banger.
Yeah.
Send that. Oh, you are... It's connected.
It works. It works.
It just works.
Okay, that's really good.
Yep. That actually makes it really easy to make this into a colony as well. Or this.
Yeah. Yeah, or both. Yeah, no.
No, because it has to connect to the food processor.
I don't like using the Remnant World for robots. Which I know sounds stupid, but like you get more bang for your buck at Forge Worlds, don't you? Or am I making that up?
So this is level 1 for 1 robot, level 2 for 2 robots, level 3 for 3 robots. Do we have a... Yeah, we do. Cool. I mean, you can get to a level 4, but you would also require an input that's a little harder for us to get in microchips because we're not currently making those. Whereas we are making water a lot. In fact, this would be a 2-way trade of water after this gets a person.
Oh, that would be such an easy colony as well.
Mm-hmm. God, if this was over the other side.
It's fine. We can just make another one. We'll just have to make another one.
It's very
I
true.
think, yeah. I think we should try and hit a 4-bear ruin as well. And that one up to the top seems very juicy if connected from the Gaia world or the Hive world even. I still like the jungle world in the middle, by the way, as a breeding program. I think that's very, very good as a breeding program.
The 2-way trade there.
2-way trade, and also can supply another food thingy for the Gaia world, perhaps.
Another food thingy.
Yeah. Hive world. Sorry, Hive world. Sorry, Hive world. If we want to make it into a colony.
Oh. Hey, Orbital.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for a second lab.
Studying biomass in the area?
Studying biomass in the area. Person goes out here. Person goes down there to make biomass. Oh, that's going to cut this one off, unfortunately. But there's biomass there. Excess biomass. Well, that biomass is going to get immediately allocated there. But it's just the inclusion of that guy. No. We're creating more problems than we're solving with that right now. We do want to start considering another lab as well, but I don't think that's actually going to be it.
We need to solve robot problem. I think. Yeah, that's a good shout. Maybe that is a colony. Like straight up, maybe that's just straight up a colony. I think you're right though. Like we definitely do need another lab. We need it kind of soon, I think. Because we're already 13 years in. Yeah, what are we going to study, if anything? I think it is biomass. I think it absolutely is biomass.
It's harder because this actually does need another bot before it'll give us its extra biomass. I think it might be biomass, but I don't know if it's from this breeding program.
I really like that as a hive world because it allows us to connect up to the 4-bear ruin up there.
While I agree on that, and it also gives us a person for the vats down there.
Yeah,
I will say there is a floating good out here. There are a bunch of likelies up here, and those are also next to the 4-bear ruin.
Now we can do both.
I think at the very least we scout these 2 3s and then decide.
What's our tech that we can unlock right now, by the way?
That would be Haven Worlds. Wheat becomes happiness.
Can we try that actually, just real quick on the Earthlike right there, just to see.
Ooh, it also takes goods and then bots later on.
So it's kind of like, I think that's a perfect place for it actually. So what it was, ocean-like, Earth-like, and
it was ocean-like, Earth-like, and jungle.
Ha 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 ha. So that jungle right in the middle there, actually. Not that one. The one to the bottom left. Isn't that prime position for?
This is swamp.
That's just. Oh my god! I'm just blind. I mean, that's not bad. That one over there.
You're not wrong. It isn't bad. Has a good input available for it.
I think we have to take this tech. I don't think we have to take it now, but I think we have to take this tech if it's going to allow us to like scale happiness.
Mm-hmm. I like it, and it's also going to be a planet with which we are trading, right? It's a planet that is doing this, so it'll pop successful. It'll give its prosperous bonuses to other things as well. And it's a way to get rid of a lot of excess goods, frankly, for us.
Agree hard.
I think it's a good idea. Quite literally. Now we should think about other
plasma.
Things,
plasma containment.
Water into anything.
So what are we taking? We're definitely taking hyperdrive. We're definitely taking Haven Worlds. That leaves
extreme miniaturization without the ability to get the second version of it. We might be cutting our losses on extreme miniaturization. That just might not be where we're going.
Yeah. But what does Haven Worlds actually? Is it robots that Haven Worlds requires?
It wants robots and goods after the wheat.
Yeah, I think we are cutting our losses on extreme miniaturization because extreme miniaturization gives a level. It's a level 2 tech for the upgrade, isn't it? And there's no way that we can squeeze in 2 levels of extreme miniaturization.
Unless we didn't go for hyperdrive.
Dude, hyperdrive is so good though, isn't it?
Hyperdrive is really good.
That being said, we don't actually have that much infrastructure that needs hyperlane connections. I mean, usually. But it's so good. So good.
It's not a bad connection, but it'll be a lot better once it's making this pop prosperous.
Yeah.
And also we're leaving it open for the possibility of going down to this colony here with additional wheat should this get extra biomass from something. So I think let's start the scans up here.
Okay. All right. I'm with you on that.
Incredible. Perfect. This is a colony. Gets a thing from here. Oh, actually, we're going to have to destroy that with the geo. Oh, wait. We're not going geo harvesting because we didn't get the level for it.
We didn't take the tech. Oh, no.
That's
Does
okay.
that mess anything up?
No, because we didn't make this plan with the explicit intention of using that. So it doesn't mess up any of our current plans, but it does mean that that's not going to connect at all. Yeah, 30. That's a 23. That wasn't going to connect anyway. Still, these are pretty good colony positions. Does Haven on Ocean? Yeah, Haven on Ocean works. Easily get wheat from this structure. I mean, the Gaia world can even just make 2 wheat.
Yes. It can. God, we need to get into the lab down. The more that I think about it, the more I'm. Yeah, robots, right? That would have been, excellent robot facility. The more I think about it, the more I'm pretty convinced that we do need to get a lab down, actually. What about out to the left here? Is there something that we can do in this vicinity? What if we decide to study robots? There's a remnant world there. There's a forge world there.
Out of range, unfortunately, from the pre-extant source of ore. So
I think maybe we do something. Yeah, do something out there just to see if we can find. Oh, that's really good. That's really good, actually. That's a colony right there. That's a easy colony, I think.
It is. It is indeed. Right. It's just the wheat that we're hanging here, but we can easily try and do breeding program. And if we but they're over opposite sides of the VATS connection.
That's okay because we can connect up half of it and then just add when we have hyperlanes. How far away are we from hyperlanes? We're not far off actually. We're like 2 years tops.
Hyperdrive?
3 years.
Yeah.
We're 3 years if we get the extra lab. Or 4 years if we get the extra lab.
Yes.
3 years if we get the extra lab. Yeah, you know what? I actually still like the idea of studying robots here. I don't necessarily think that it's a bad idea. I think that makes it imminently more doable. So if the Forge World produces robots, we get the ore from the colony mine. We can make something
So
work here.
we're cutting off the remnant at the bottom, which I think is probably a good idea. And it
Yeah.
would be bot from these, right? So the person comes out from ocean to the remnant. If it wants to go to Vance, then we're cutting off the ability to access more bots from Forge World.
We're only cutting it off for a short time because we're going to be able to get hyperlanes super quick if we get 3 bot sources, right? Or get 2 bot sources. I mean, I think that does become a colony.
Yes, no, I agree. It definitely becomes a colony.
Regardless.
I think you're 100% right on that. I think that means this is definitely becoming a mine. I think, in fact, we've got 5 months. We can scaffold this as a colony, connect it. The thing is, I'm now thinking, Vance, what if we went for maybe artifact trading up here? Fulfilled all of your resources, went successful.
Hold up.
Which means this is not making a bot, and then we're just going bot here, and then kind of like maybe bot from the bottom. Maybe we are returning to the previous plan.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. If we stick it right between the Swamp World and the Forge World, I don't think that presents us any problem. Sorry, not that one. The lab.
Oh.
If we stick the lab right between there, then that would allow us to get everything, I think. Maybe.
1,
probably.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
As long as these aren't connected. Which is fine, because then this can just mean mineral goes out. Oh, right. No, because this is bot. Right. Those don't have to be connected. You're right.
I mean, look, we can solve this entire area super properly once we get hyperlanes, and everything will just sort of naturally fit together. But I think we just need extra science, extra money if we can make it happen.
Mm-hmm. How are we gonna make this? Sorry.
Solves our robot situation as well. Sorry. Yes, please.
How are we going to make this successful? Or established
artifacts. Yeah, this is the thing. I was kind of envisioning that we could. Actually, that's a great aggro world right there. Actually.
Yeah, can it reach? It can even reach up there.
Yeah, I mean,
only problem is can't bend it like Beckham.
That's a shame.
I mean, that can be a hyper world later on, hyperdrive rather. Hyperlane.
Might be a little long if it's. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, alternatively, could just become a Gaia world, and then that's the other option. Supply the water to the robot world, and then output the wheat in a processor to the Earth-like, to the ocean-like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, oh, you mean this ocean-like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like we'll get the wheat once the hyperlanes come online.
I think we take these 3.
Yeah.
It's a 4-bear ruin.
That's good. That's good intel.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start hitting these up. Okay, lab this turn. I think if we can, we do lab so we can get it by the end of the year.
Okay, let's just start scaffolding a lab. See how comfy it is.
Good. Brilliant. Very, very nice. Okay.
28 by the end of the year, which means if we can connect to this 4-bear ruin, or in fact, any 4-bear ruin, we can get hyperlanes before the end of the year. But that might not be how we're going with it, because it's still pretty expensive to do that, and probably will take us more than a year to set that up.
Yeah. I mean, that mineral is, that mine is ready to go, I guess. There's also a nice, is that a 5-banger just to the south of the mine? Scan, by the way? Come on.
It is not.
I am so upset that is not a 5-banger.
Hey, you and I both.
I think we maybe take that just to give us a little bit of extra intel.
I'd take this 5-banger and then a 3.
Yeah.
Just
it's
efficient
the
coverage.
3-banger. It's the 3-banger that I'm really curious about. Just garbage all around. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Can those Remnant worlds and the Ocean world, can they connect?
The Remnant in the Ocean world. No.
Nope, not even close.
Not even
That's all good.
slightly closely possible.
That's all good.
Which
That's
is
all good.
okay, because this is going to want to chip in there.
Exactly.
Don't have it happen. Extra people. That's nope.
I mean,
a great way to make extra people.
Here's a pitch. Biomass lab.
I still like it. I just want to know how we're doing it. I think we need to stabilize after this lab and then look at making another lab.
We can look at sticking it right between the existing biomass areas. Yeah, like in there somewhere. And then we can just hyperlane from the jungle world eventually. I don't hate that at all. It might be better below the hyperlane, actually, below the slipway, because then we'll be able to hyperlane in from the arid colonies.
Mm-hmm.
The arid colony in the center there.
Yeah, having another output for a person from here and a person from here, I'm quite jazzed about that. Even if that only ends up with 2 biomass in it, I'm fine with that plan. We may not even need to include this if we end up with another bot here, but I think that's quite unlikely. I still think that's a relatively future plan.
I agree.
It's a relatively futuristic plan for us.
So what do we do? What's the play here then?
Okay, let's start having a look at the possibility of creating import hubs. This would need a water to become an import hub. A lot of this would need a water. That's all they each need to become an import hub. Only problem is we're not great at creating water in this area. But I guess this is going to be a mechanized harvest anyway. It's just too long for that water connection.
Yeah.
Can make it here. Yeah, those are our most likelies. Obviously, this is going to become an import hub relatively soon as well, after we prosper.
Yep. Ocean worlds up at the top also. When we colonize them, they're quite easy to make into import hubs.
I mean, if they're becoming colonies, this is still cut off from both.
Is there stuff up at the top there actually? Like, do we know what's above there? Wow. Okay, that's hot trash.
Not much.
Oof. Okay, bottom right then, maybe? There's potentially... There's 2 ocean worlds down there that we... One that we could turn into a colony.
It's pretty sparse. That's pretty dense,
yeah.
Though. I think both of those are still, like, relatively future. It's just... keep an eye towards the possibility of creating the import hubs at the moment, whereas I think, we just finish this. Save these from themselves. 6 more until our new size.
Maybe we just, I don't know, get the mineral world and just direct it somewhere and then see what gives us the most money then.
Well, I mean, if we desperately wanted to, without including something extra, we could even just do this. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. We need to get the mineral from the... We need to get the mineral from the mineral planet to go into the colony first, though.
Yes. Definitely agreed. I think that's actually kind of relatively good. And as we get hyperlanes, we will be able to avoid the downside of it.
Yeah, I agree. Hyperlanes are just such a quick fix for everything. It's just so good.
They really are.
And artifact trading as well. Yeah, good stuff. All right, let's go hyperlanes if we can then, I guess.
Mm-hmm. There's a hyperdrive unlocked. That's also one import hub set up.
That's good.
It's definitely out of range. So we can put a bot in there. No reason to, though. Person.
What were we gonna do with this? We could get another lab. Was that what we were gonna do?
Yeah, the first thing we were gonna do with this was try and build it on the lab.
I mean, if we could put a lab right next to the food processor right there, we can immediately probably get 1 biomass and 2 humans.
Oh yeah, we definitely can do that.
No, I don't. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, that's just long enough. All right.
And hyperlanes are 20 per month regardless of range. Which leaves it open to the possibility of being added into by this colony out here.
I like it actually. I think that's actually quite good.
We have the ability to set it up before the end of the year as well.
Yeah.
Don't think it'd be 2 science.
But it's 2 outputs, which might prosper. No, apparently not.
This is... So it will have an output. It still needs successful adjacencies. Because it really only has 1.
Yeah.
This becoming an import hub and then sending that up there is really good money right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's another one. Although that's not contingent on. Yeah, I mean we're hyperlining into the lab anyway, so that they can both happen.
This would actually be great.
That would be nice.
Is there any play in this actually? Yeah, that's too far. Like there. That's like too far from that one. Okay, cool. I was just trying to find some way that it would be able to get the extra from the jungle, because then that solves the water problem here as well, and then that solves more income problems for us. But the fact that this can't connect is just kills it dead.
Yeah. Without slipstreams, that is, of course.
Yeah, exactly. We can have Haven Worlds up by the end of the next year. We can also get slipstreams, and slipstreams are an extremely powerful tool along with hyperdrives. But the amount of time and money that structures made that way cost is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of just connecting up the Arctic colony to the Remnant World right there.
The Arctic colony to the Remnant Worlds.
Yeah, because that'll turn it into an import hub, won't it?
The Arctic?
Yeah, that one right there. Arctic colony, the successful Arctic colony. That one there to the Remnant World.
To the Remnant. Oh, yeah, that'll turn... You're right. That'll turn it into it. Although it takes the person away that you were intending on using in a lab.
Yeah, missions I think it's probably be good to sort out ASAP so we can get a new one. But
sure. Then I guess we can get the water from this.
Yeah, that's actually super easy.
That would solve that mission.
Perfect. Yeah.
Also then
that's good.
Solves that down there, but we don't do that just yet. Are we comfortable with this?
Cash money. Yeah, I think this is good. Does that connect to the Forge World that produces robots at the moment with a hyperlane? The mechanized harvest facility?
It does. Does indeed.
Yeah, I think we do that then.
I like it. 2 more people producing planets to successful. We have how many people producing planets that aren't successful?
None. I think they're all successful, actually.
Damn, we're too good. 2 more Forge Worlds are successful. This is definitely going to pop... so So both of these
Established.
are going to be established, yeah. And that's also established. So we'd have to start making randomly some chips.
That's tough, actually. That's tougher.
Hmm. I mean, we do make more people as well. Like, we will need to make more colonies. Because
yeah. Oh no, that's, I think in my mind that's the definite one, right? Like the people producing worlds to successful is the definite one.
Well, I think it's then the 6 pairs of planet with 2-way trade.
Yep, I think you're right. Because I mean, look, if it's ocean world, right? There's 2 ocean worlds up at the top there. If we're able to get a 2-way trade between a mine, then that's grand. That will definitely connect, by the way.
This one?
When we get the extended length, I'm like 90% sure.
Oh yeah, once we get the extended length, many things are solved there. Definitely. It's unfortunate, it's just a wee bit away.
Yeah, level 3.
But that is a future problem. Let's attend to our now problem. Do we want to do it that way, or do we just wait for the person to go in here and then put that out there?
Oh, we can get both. We'll get both, right? Like, there's the robot. Those robots aren't going anywhere else.
Yeah, that's true, and that'll pop at 2nd level as well. Let's
yeah.
Connect to you. Connect to you.
I really do think a biomass lab, actually. I think you're right. There is some way to make this work.
There is. There definitely is.
What is the most northerly place that you can put the lab that it will still connect up to that mechanized harvest area?
Just a bit higher than that.
Yeah. I think maybe a bit to the right, and then you got an arid. You can arid hyperlane across.
23, too much. 21. 18.
Can you hyperlane across? Yep. Yeah, and then presumably you can hyperlane across the breeding. Yeah, I think that's the play.
I don't dislike it, but I want to try and figure out how to also get bots into here. Will this, with the range extension, be a hyperlane?
I don't think so. I think it's too. I think it's a little too long. Maybe it won't actually. But look, if it's not, how else do we solve that? It's not something that we can solve. And we're able to get a science by the end of the year as well. That's kind of cool. And put it this way: if the bot jumping situation does work, then that's great.
That's I really want that, because then Matheson goes down here into the artifact world. The artifact world gets its extra good. The extra good goes up here. Like, it gives us a lot of income, and it also gives another successful adjacency to Fenrir, another successful adjacency to McCaffrey, which pops Prosperous as a result.
Yeah, I agree. It would be very, very good. Haven worlds. Haven worlds. Can we get those now? We can, but not much point.
Yeah, exactly. What are we going to be doing with them relatively soon, right?
That's a shame, because I wonder if there's... What about up at the top there? Because there's 2 ocean worlds, and what if we make one of them a haven world and the other a colony? So the one on the right could be the colony, because that can be directly linked with a hyperlane to the mine already. I'm just thinking to try and then actually the Gaia world, if we turn that Earth-like into a Gaia world, then we can set up a double wheat source for the Haven world and the colony.
We can do, definitely. I'm not against it. You want to scaffold it?
I think so, yeah. Maybe this is...
So, as far as I understand it... wait, sorry.
Yeah, this is basically as far as I go.
Do that. So that would go there, that would go there, that would go... I mean, both of these just get awarded. That goes there, and then that would go down there. We're not going to connect that yet, just in case.
Of course, yeah. So that gets us, what... Basically one of the missions done, if that becomes a good production planet over there. What happiness did it give us? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
No, it's totally okay. I was unscaffolding just to see what impact it had rather than undoing it specifically.
Because we do cross over the thresholds. It does give us income.
Yeah, its production is 1 happiness. It's after you get the next levels that you're really happy to have it, because then it is producing a lot more.
Oh man, microforges would be so good with this.
Mm-hmm. That's where we end up with this.
It's not bad, but it's not great either.
It's not great. We're also floating a person here. Like, if we could find a remnant planet up here and it just funded both of these for their good, I think that would be enough to justify it in my mind. But
I mean,
we can't do that without risking.
I mean, where'd you want to investigate next then? Because we need to get 2 colonies down. Basically, yeah, we need 2 colonies, right? For the mission.
Yes. I think that definitely happens. I think this is becoming a colony no matter what.
I agree. I mean, that 4-bear ruin might give us the goods.
Honestly, I'm happy doing it.
Yeah.
Like, that's always going to go there.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually kind of good.
1 unit of good to any planet producing bots, and a bot to any producing goods.
So I didn't even think of that. I was just thinking of the robot as the output, because the robot as the output can hyperlane into Matheson down in the south. For sure, that'll connect.
Eventually, definitely.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know.
Because flexible fabrication is a tier 2 tech, isn't it?
It is. It is indeed. Costs 21 as well. So our final tech we were thinking of is slip relay, right?
Yeah.
Even if we go microforge, we can't get universal miniaturization afterwards.
Yeah. Self-farming crops, maybe? I don't know.
People
it's just too... Yeah.
I mean, that's a 2-way trade with the ocean here. People make wheat, wheat makes people. It's another 2-way trade for the Euphorian. It's 2 years away, yeah. I do like the idea of possibly... I mean, the next level of it's kind of good. Unfortunately, you can't create labs that study food, though. But I would just like to see what its next level is. Like, do I put another person in and I get 2 wheat? Like, what's its progression?
Yeah.
We don't have to decide on this yet. We don't
absolutely
really
not
have any reason to even.
We need more colonies, right? Like, I think that's pretty much what we're after.
Mm-hmm. Often will be.
That's kind of pog up to the top right.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I really want to see these 2 likelies here.
Yeah, just pop it. Is that our first primordial?
It is our first primordial this entire game.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
Yep. It's a bit wild.
I mean, that Earth-like, that arid, that's a colony. That arid can become a colony right there, can't it? That's super easy to turn into a colony.
Yes, and that's another 2-way trade as well. It's just the final part of turning it into a colony is kind of sucky right now. Oh, you know what we could do?
Self thingy crops.
Sorry?
Farming crops on the ocean world. That gives us...
Oh, are we thinking about the self-farming crops now?
I mean, I'm kind of going off that because you set up at the top left, then it'll make a two-way trade with the ocean world. But
I like it. It's another two-way trade. This is a lot of two-way trades offered by self-farming crops.
yeah, it also kind of like really incentivizes us to make colonies, which I kind of think we need to do if we're gonna pump up our happiness, you know?
Especially if we're going to finish the Dender mission as well. You know what? I like it. I like it. Let's go self-farming crops. We're going all the way with Dender. How do you feel about this?
Not good, given that I don't feel... I mean, I feel okay about this run. I don't feel great about it. It's,
I think it'd be hard to feel great about it, considering how many years we had to, like, outright skip at the very start. I do think that if we just had a Vorian with well prepared, though, like, a lot of that would have just smoothed over.
That being said, artifact trading is super good, too. It's just...
Is this the first time we've used it in this series?
Either the first or the second. We might have used it one... No, I feel like it is the first, actually. I think that's a good call. Okay, so if we're taking self-farming, then that can become a colony. That's cool. Yeah.
We can pop Prosperous on Cerberus right now.
I think we should, if we can.
Okay, that goes there, that goes there. Gave us 8 income.
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't, because that water will be needed at the... Actually, it'll be a two-way trade anyway, so why does it matter? It doesn't matter. Yeah, go for it. I think that's a good shout.
That water will be needed, I think. Because the water has to go in here so that the wheat goes in here from this, and then this is making 2 people, so it puts a person out into each.
Yeah, but the wheat will be hanging anyway, so it'll just automatically go into the colony. So it'll be fine either way, I think, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, that's good. So self-farming crops is 2 years away.
This just needs one more successful adjacency as well. I mean, we're starting to pop prosperities quite easily. In fact, we can also just port this person down into the lab for an extra science.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Okay, I think we've done enough analyzing of our current system again. Sorry?
Yeah, I think it's good. I'm just thinking, Forebear Ruins. We've got 2 Forebear Ruins that we haven't connected yet. How do we get those connected? I suppose...
Will that connect? Yeah, it'll increase.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good way to accomplish that one.
I think so.
We're about to get a bunch of two-way trades, so I'm not worried about that mission. And while we're doing the two-way trades, we're going to be starting to make successful planets out of everything else. So honestly, like, our limitation right now is we are 2 years away from the science in order to get self-farming crops. So what do we want to do in the interim?
Could that become a hive world right in the center there? That one right there. How difficult would that be to make it into a hive world? Not difficult, actually. In fact, very easy. Very easy, because we'll have food from the top, right? The ocean world. If that's self-farming crops, right?
We don't know the progression system for self-farming crops. We're going to need to weed out of it, and it might be one of those that's like level 1, like this one, right? Where level 1 is just 1 bot in, and it gives you the things, but you have to get to level 3 in order to get 2 outputs, which would mean suddenly we need to get a person in from here, and then a person in from here, but we're intending on doing that. But it really depends. Like, its other might be, you know, wheat. I don't know, maybe it takes a person and wheat makes 2 wheat out of it.
The reason that I'm kind of suggesting it is because it gives us access to the Forebear Ruin. It also allows us to create another breeding program on the southern jungle world, which would give us a little bit of extra science in the lab.
Mm-hmm.
And
if it's successful, it could even try and import a person into the lab.
Exactly. Once we get the range extender.
I don't absolutely hate it. I will not say that I love it, though. It might be our best play.
I mean, we've got 2 years, right? Like we just got to think about what are we doing in the intervening 2 years. Plus, we can probably pop the asteroid, right? Like,
actually, I like it a lot more now that I know it connects here.
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, it's not gonna be able to do that. It's not gonna be able to do that for a while because it's not gonna have wheat for a while. But yeah.
Okay, we can only colonize one more planet this year, but of course we can't do more than that anyway. Income's going to become a problem real soon.
I mean, if we're going to colonize one more, I think it should be the swamp world to get us some more science. If we're going to do that anyway.
It's still going to take us 2 years to get self-farming crop, regardless.
I know. But, I mean, in the future, right?
We could do that. Do you want to do it?
Admittedly, it depends. If we get robots into the Matheson, then that will be our extra. That will be our extra biomass in the lab. So then, what do we do with that swamp world then? If not a breeding program.
No, I mean that biomass can also then go into the food processor and export from the food processor down here just for more money and more trades.
Oh, it can do it already. Like that, we'll get a second biomass. We'll get 2, right?
Oh yeah, right. You're saying what are we doing with the excess breeding program after that, right? Got it.
Correct. Yeah.
Not really too much. Maybe we do just make this the hive world right now. Connect into a 4-bear ruin, getting 2 science from that.
Alternatively, Haven World, right? Because we'll still have the wheats. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to do it now, but actually that would be a great Haven World. It's got all of the resources around there. It's got goods.
It does. Robots. We would need to get water in here somehow, which is a bit hard with the adjacencies that we have.
That is very hard, actually. Scan? Yeah, maybe.
Can't look up there. Although, if this isn't becoming a hive world, then... It comes back to the same thing of we need to know what self-farming crops next level does. I really wish they would give you more information. Yeah, that's a good point well made.
Skip forward 2 years and then find out what it is.
Biomass.
Oh my lordy, the worst. I mean, there's a primordial over there. I think that might connect, maybe. But, ugh.
I'd be very surprised.
No. Okay. All right. Well, that makes self-farming crops a lot less appealing to me, to be honest.
I don't know if it's too much of a problem. So hear me out. This could easily become a Gaia world. It's giving us the extra biomass for up here. You'd be hanging a person. We'd look to make a colony up here, but the extra water that comes out of the Gaia world can also go into this food processor, getting us a wheat. So basically, if any of this is a colony, we could just make a system.
Yeah, but like, what's the point? What's the point of turning it into a Gaia world if it's not gonna use up the nearby good or the nearby robot if it becomes a Haven world?
Well, the other colony would be using... Yeah, it is just a plan not to make this into a Haven world, which I'm not super jazzed about.
Yeah. I think that is a Haven world, to be honest. Like, I think that is the best place for a Haven world that we could realistically expect to get. And there, what about if we just like scan out to the left? Like, there could be a really good. Make sure you have you rewinded. Yeah, you've rewinded time.
Have I?
Yeah, I think. Have you?
We still have self-farming crops.
Yeah. Okay. And again, I think. And one more time.
Oh yeah,
there.
We skipped a few years.
That's where we are. Yeah. So I think out to the left would be good intel. So that's good. That's good. That's our biomass. If there's no planet in in the way.
Person
that's
makes
also
water.
An option.
That makes wheat. That makes a person. here or 2 people here. People.
Is this to make it a haven world or to make it a hive world?
That's the world where it becomes a hive world because
Yeah.
because the world where it's a haven world relies on Vance getting a water, and
Correct.
I'm struggling to see where the water is coming from Vance.
I mean, we don't have to take self-farming crops. That's the thing, right? We don't have to do that.
True. But the other options also don't give us water. Like, we can turn water into random power, but we still need water first.
Well, Slipstream really kind of does, because it allows us to jump it from anywhere because we got hyperlanes. Effectively unlimited water, right?
Oh, that already connects.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that quite yet, because you wanted to save that robot until we could check on the range upgrade.
Of whether that could reach Matheson. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But
right, and
but the Forebear Ruin will definitely connect into Matheson for sure. Like once we get the range upgrade, so I think that you can now do the robot connection down to the south. Like that'll 100% work.
Yeah, but also, but the thing is, once we get to the next level of tech, this is also going to re-roll Silthids here.
It's true. And it's going to be great.
Silthids could be skill up.
It very much well could be. Yes.
Skill up solves a lot of problems for us right now.
Okay.
I like leaving that option open as long as we can.
What about there's a 2-banger right there between the ocean worlds and the primordial world that you just discovered up at the north. I feel like we should scan those because that intel is going to be crucial to determining what we do with the Earth Lake. I
mean, we cut off that path anyway, so this could only become a colony with the involvement of this. It's just that's also pretty long. This could also just make bots, and then the bots make wheat here, and then that forms a closed system.
Yeah. I don't know why,
it's
but
just... the thing is, I still think self-farming crops is how we get all of the 2-way trades. Because it does this here,
agree.
It does it down here as well, it does this whole situation. It's wild. It will mean the biomass lab is just not getting bigger than it currently is. But it can only get 1 bigger anyway. And it still could even get that size with this hop later on.
Look, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
I definitely think, in fact, we're going for self-farming crops now. We just need to find something to do with this year that isn't waste time.
Yeah.
I said that almost pointedly as if I was saying it to you specifically. I was talking to both of us. Oh, make that clear. I mean, yeah, it's not great. I mean, if you are guaranteeing, right, that we're going to do that.
I'm not guaranteeing that.
Okay.
I'm not guaranteeing that.
No, if you're not guaranteeing it, you're not guaranteeing it. It's just fine not to guarantee it. I mean, this would get an extra... Oh my god, that would be a 2-way trade as well, actually. Because the extra water would go up here, and then that would also make an extra bot here, which could go into a Haven world.
I think the Haven world play right there is perfect, honestly. Like, that's the best place we can reasonably get for a Haven
J'agree. So now just when do we do it, right? Because we're still not making this until we get the farm.
Yep. What about bottom left even, sorry. Like there's a hanging remnant world there, and we would need people for that, and we're not going to be able to get it from any other source, so I think we should try and make a colony out here somewhere. Wow.
Hard whiff. Excuse me. Ugh. That's very far. Can I get all 3 of these? I can get all 3 of these. I think we should do that still.
Yeah, I agree.
They're super close to the middle of the galaxy as well, so they're quite likely to be... Ugh.
Wow.
Wow, this is trousers. That sucks.
There's literally no way that we can get a person in there, right?
As it currently stands, no.
What about colony? What about colony on the swamp world? I mean, that's so tragic because we can't do anything with it because there's no.
I don't even know if the hyperlane would reach here.
I think it. Yeah, maybe you're right.
And also,
actually, maybe
how would we even get the
chips? Not possible. Not possible at all.
Just kicking the problem down the line there. Okay, hyperdrive is the only thing that can fix this one right now. I don't think it is going to fix this one right now. I think what we're doing right now is just being like, well, that sucks for the moment. We'll see what we can do about it later, if we can. Hey, maybe we use a teleporter.
Yeah, with 7 years left and not very much science generation, that sounds like a...
Maybe we use a teleporter orbital.
Okay, yes.
Hey, there we go. That's what I was looking for.
Maybe we use a teleporter.
Gosh, don't love this. Do we want to maybe just send out? Is that a 4? It is a 4.
Yeah. So bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. What about that one planet right there? Like, that might actually be within range. Can you check the range first before scanning? Oh, come on. Come on. What a tease. Let's just hope that it's a really big planet. It's a really thick planet.
If it's thick with, I think it's going to take like 5 Cs to get us all the way there.
The thickness that we require. Okay. That will become a colony, but...
It will indeed. Yeah. Doesn't want to do it just yet. Well, I mean, actually it can, right? Because it'd still throw... That's a connection that ends up getting made, right?
Yeah. Go for it.
Just gives us something to do this year.
Yeah.
We've got... That's a pretty good asteroid to pop right there, unless we're planning on expanding out in this direction. I don't see us doing that super soon.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Not great to pop right now because it will get more valuable.
I really want to connect up the other 4-bear ruins. That's the only thing. Oh, man. That can't get another person. Unless we skill up, of course.
Still theoretically possible. Hey, this could reroll, you know. I think this might be 4 months skip. What do we do?
What about another lab?
I like it. Where? Doing what?
I don't have anywhere in mind. I'm just sort of thinking like,
well,
another lab would guarantee another tech. Like
let's go by elimination, right? We're not doing bots. Obviously, we're not doing another biomass. We're not doing ore, right? So we can study microchips and we can study water. Microchips? Suddenly we need to start making microchips, and we're already competing heavily on all of our remnant worlds. These don't have extra export. Sorry?
Actually, microchips, though, like, we've got a couple of discovered forge worlds, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken, we got one out to the left, one up to the top right. It's not actually... Is there anything around there? Is there anything up to the top left? Is that a juicy area?
Nope.
It's literally the least juicy area that we could really ask for. Okay, all right.
That's
it's not
dry
microchips.
area.
Sorry,
right there.
Please continue with your spiel.
I was going to say I think we should skip 4, but no, I think we should just find something that we can include. Something we can colonize and just connect to the system, however. Although that will actually increase the size of our planet. Never mind, I think we actually skip the 4 now.
Yeah, okay. Get us the tech. Self-farming crops. Yep.
2A trade. Haven Worlds. That goes there. And then how are we getting the water in there for the... Oh, right, yeah, this with Matheson. Which we can't super... Well, actually, this is going to make Arctic... Yeah, Arctic. No. Okay, so this doesn't affect any planets that we can't otherwise utilize. But the increased range by 60%.
Oh, let's get the Euphorian upgrade first, actually. So there's a couple of two-way trades down at the bottom right, and if we finish the mission, then we get a 20% discount on our trades here.
Yes.
So that's very pog. Good. That's two-way trade right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a goods connection, obviously, across to the colony, which will successful it, part of the mission. Nice. Two-way trades. Where are the remaining two-way trades, then?
Well, I mean, we have primordial labs over here that we could just put near colonies, I guess. It's a primordial near... Oh, that's not a two-way trade for it, though.
Swamp roll is wheat.
I mean, this becomes a two-way trade after this gets connected, but that gets connected after we get hyper. Sorry?
Forebear Ruin. What is the Forebear Ruin? We should check that now, actually, see what the tech is.
Question. Skill download. Skill up facilities.
we got to do it, right? This is gonna be tight. There's a lot of great level 3 techs here, and I feel like we're not gonna be able to capitalize on them all unless we do something. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to do something.
So I hear you. However, this is also still 30 for us to pick up, and it's 2 months to get towards it. I'm actually leaning towards the rebuild it, because we can just put that straight into the Haven world.
And also down to Matheson. Yeah, okay. I think you make a compelling trade, compelling argument.
Prosperous. It prospers even without adjacencies. So it
wow.
Oh, that's 6 happiness. Yo.
A lot of happiness.
That's quite happy.
Are we sure that's what we want? Like, did we really have no way of bringing water in here?
So the waterway is Matheson connects to Forebear Ruin. The water goes up here. It's a two-way trade. That gives us the bot. The bot goes in there. However, we do just want to utilize the... Sorry?
Hold up. Try the... we can get reactionless drives right now, even though we don't necessarily want to, because we'll get the 20%. Oh, that's not stable jumps. Ah, my bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. I kind of want to hold off, honestly. Like, I feel...
So do I.
I feel it will. I like skill up. Like, if we can pull it off, I think that would be great. I really would love to get another lab down right now. I know that it's futile, but
if gosh. the lab is going to exist, I think it's water. I think it's here.
I agree.
Scout?
Maybe, but I mean,
they're not great sources, but...
Yeah.
Can I get... Ooh.
Yeah, I think that is water.
It's not a great way of getting that water, though.
South, maybe? There's a 3-banger right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, it's 4-banger even. That's nice. Great.
Good
loads
lord.
Of
yeah, that makes you microchips.
That's chips, but
why? I have to jump over that now.
I mean, we could microchip it.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to make the microchip lab, putting it entirely on you. If we want to make the microchip lab, we can do it here. It
takes such a long time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to pay off. I don't know if we do another lab.
Oh, can that Forebear Ruin connect up to the Arid world right now? We're basically sinking a whole year into. In fact, it'd be more than a year. We're too late for lab. We're too late for lab.
Yeah.
And we missed the boat on that one.
Agreed. Actually, if this gets a bot... Oh no, but it's water will want to go up there. if its water went down here, that water gives this an extra good. That good goes up there. That's a two-way trade. But the problem is that's also a two-way trade. So we're just giving up a two-way trade to make another two-way trade elsewhere.
Yeah, we have a severe water shortage in the galactic center.
Mm-hmm.
What about turning that swamp world into a breeding program? And then just connecting it up
To what end?
to the lab
Yeah.
for more science.
And then we hang the person in here forever?
Oh yeah, there's no people around. Oh, the original plan that I had was predicated on the Haven world being a hive world. That's a good point. Yeah, all right. That's a no-go, I guess.
Mm.
It can farm wheat at some point, but
It can do that. I was just trying to find a way for that to be useful. Don't know if I found that. That's some excess water for us.
We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but it's only excess water if we get also from Vonget. Which also can't get... We have a lot of situations where as soon as we expanded a little bit more, we understood more about the galaxy, and our play was invalidated by the expansion. So
Okay, here's the play. Here's the play. Balls to the wall, right? There is a forebear ruin right at the bottom there. That forebear ruin might hold energy. If it holds energy, it sorts out the remnant world. If we can connect a person in there, maybe by scanning south, maybe by creating another colony, we're golden.
Mm-hmm. I love the idea.
It's all going to work out.
It's not going to be energy. You need Bakar.
Are you sure?
I'm certain. .92% certain.
Are you?
It's always the
sure?
Bakar. It's always the Bakar option that gives you energy. We have no Bakar.
Lasai. No.
It's not getting better. In fact, it's doing the opposite. I would say it's getting unbetterer.
That's just so disheartening, isn't it? My gosh.
Thawing facility can get water to each of these.
Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I guess we're skipping the end of the year. Or just faffing around until we get whatever we need.
We just have to take the stable jumps. Because that's how we even complete it.
Oh god, flipping heck, I completely forgot about that. No, we can't do that, Raps. That is
the 20% saving that we get from Euphorian in this is what? 28
5. It's 5.
It's like, it's not bad, but this solves all of the things that we're trying to do right now.
Is there not a way that we can colonize just like a quick bish bash bosh 2A trade somewhere?
It would be two-way trades that we would have to pick up.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right? Doesn't cause us to expand our galaxy, but it spends a lot of time.
All right, just take it. Stable jumps, just take it. Okay, so robot. No, not that one. Robot into. Yeah, robot from the Forge world into the Matheson. If it can reach, it can. Poggies.
Wait, that's what we were doing? So we're not doing.
Is that not it?
Well, I thought we were going for the rebuild it, and then rebuild it connects down there and then across there.
I mean, we can, but then that means that we forfeit skill upload, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think we're doing.
Okay.
Like, it's good, but I don't think we have the ability to utilize it at all anymore. Now, that is immediately going to try and go in there for its extra biomass, but if I connect that first... And then this...
And the extra water auto.
Yeah, extra water auto goes up here.
No, you don't want that though, right? Because you'll want
that's...
the... Yeah, so you want to undo that and then connect up the remnant worlds that produces goods first so that the excess water can go there. So the jungle to remnant world, right?
Remnant world that produce... Oh, yes, this one. Yes. Thank you. Yes, you're right.
That can just be normal. It can just be a normal hyperlane. It doesn't need to be... Yeah.
Yes.
And then just as you say. Extra biomass to there. Yep. And perfect.
Very prosperous.
Boom.
Yep. Well done. And then that one connects. Yeah. That's a lot of prosperity we just popped in a single turn. And then there's one more two-way trade that's needed. And I think we had one kind of scaffolded previously. Now all we need to do is find it.
Those robots from the left, by the way, can connect across to that there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's only we can get another bot, but we can't get another bot.
Yep. It's an impossibility.
Lost a lot of our unhappiness, though.
Yeah, but we're going to have an 8%. Yep, 8% on Vonnegut 9.
Certainly not keen on that.
What about up at the top? Is there a two-way trade to be had up at the top?
Oh
yeah. Yeah. Mine to Ocean World. Two-way jump.
Mine to Ocean
New mine.
Oh, right. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I think that'll do it, right?
Yes. Is that the best way for us to do it, though? Ooh, can't afford. Not can't reach. Can't afford.
We can pop the roid in the middle there, and plus we'll get money when we complete the Aphorian mission, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's the 20% for us right now.
Oh, okay.
So what? This would make a bot, and then the bot would go out here to do nothing, but it would also pop this prosperous. Which means the bot would go here to do also nothing. Okay, that doesn't really make any two-way trades for us. If this connects to a colony at all, that'll be a two-way trade. Eventually.
Yeah, there's no colonies around here. We also need to get there's a forge world up on the top right that we need to turn into a goods forge world, specifically to make
No, that's just a can't afford.
Oh, all right. Well, there's an asteroid in the middle that we can pop, by the way, right next to the remnant world. It's not a two-way, but it solves the mission, and it gives us money. There you go, and 4 science. Good stuff. I mean, there's the two-way. There is the two-way with the mine. I feel like maybe you just do it, get us new missions this year.
There is the two-way with the mine, and if it comes to the end of the year, then sure, we'll do that. I really want something better, because all that accomplishes is making a two-way trade. Like, this is not useful for anything else in our scaffold at the moment. I would like something that has multiple things that it's doing. Like, this forebear ruin wants a person, so we want this possibly to become a colony. It's just, this would only be a two-way trade with a remnant. Up here is a 4.
Or a self-production wheat world thing.
Ah, yeah, that's true. A person making wheat. That actually makes me a lot more confident about doing the colony up here.
You want to do colony then scout?
Yep.
Okay.
Second forebear ruin.
Yeah, and chips, I guess.
Good lord.
That's so unfortunate, actually.
Want to just... They could change our mind on so many things.
They could. Yeah, you're right.
Ooh, money. It's definitely got to be the lump sum, right? Nanofabrication. Industrialize on all planets. You can turn them all into a forge world.
That's very bad, but yeah.
Yeah, that one's not super useful for us, certainly.
Where's these Dendar freaking forge worlds? Forebear ruins, even.
Yeah, no kidding.
Where are they
right?
at? All right, yeah, take the cash, I guess, then. Oh, yeah, that'll do it if we get that.
Yeah.
Right now. But if we're going to do that, we should colonize the mineral planet to get the two-way.
So if we want to get a two-way from... if we want to get a two-way here, first we make a two-way here, finish the mission, and... Wait, hang on.
Actually, it won't even matter because I mean, I was just thinking in terms of the next level of missions, but...
I mean, we're not getting Denders.
Yeah.
So, let's just do that. Here's our two-way. Foreign tech discounted. Increase prosperous planets by 3. I don't think that's going to be impossible for us to do, actually.
Agree.
We could actually also increase total production of bots, possibly, by 6. It would start with getting 2 bots from here for 30.
Yeah, and then there's 3 forge worlds, actually, that we haven't allocated quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
Could definitely work. Is it worth it, though?
Goods.
For 6 science?
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it for the 6 science. I think that one definitely happens.
Yeah.
Let's just accept and focus on that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Prosperity. What's going to be easiest to prosper?
Well, this is one of my favorite things to do. We have a setup system. Let's go look through it. Okay, no successful trading partners for you whatsoever. How can we get you successful trading partners? We can get you 2 successful trading partners by using a thawing facility here. We could fund the thawing facility using the bots from the north. That connects down, that connects across.
Love it.
Should we just do that?
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, 1 more successful trade will do it. It can trade with...
The remnant world needs water from the primordial up north, which is supplied by people from the colony. There you go.
That's 2 prosperous we popped at the same time.
Nice. Last one. What about the ocean world, actually? The ocean world to the top right.
Ocean world to the top.
It worked.
Right. Yeah, that does
top
work.
Right.
But ocean world to the top right. This one.
Yeah. What does it need?
1 more import export as well as a bunch of adjacencies. I think there is probably something in the middle of the system like this. Yeah, it just needs a successful adjacency. Which, like, can anything throw it water? Can anything throw it wheat? Probably can't throw it good. Oh, actually, that would reach. So if we get a chip in there,
They could definitely do a chip in there. Ubiquitous network is very pog, but we've not got too long to take advantage of it.
We don't indeed. Limited teleporters would take a while to create as well. Let's check this.
Yeah. God, if only we'd got this earlier. Like, not this specific one, but these Dender options, they're all so good.
That would pop the Prosperous for us. By taking the novelties.
I love everything that is not that, actually. But I also love that.
I'm glad.
I like the extra happiness.
Oh, it doesn't trade with another successful. Never mind. Ooh, if we put more people in there, we can get more happy.
I don't think we're getting more people, though, are we?
Oh, 100% no. But if we did...
Yeah. What about that jungle world, actually? Could that become a colony? Not really. No. Nope.
It'd be something in here becoming a remnant.
Okay, hold on. We just need microchips. We just need microchips in the Forge world. So if we just get microchips from the Forge world up there, leaves us hanging an ore, but I'm sure we can scan and find an ore. I'm pretty confident.
Sure.
There we go.
Prosperity. Let's have a look at this. 2 more people producing planets to prosperous. This is possible. I don't necessarily currently see the path to it, but we could try and find a way. That, I mean, actually, it wouldn't be too far, but these would need extra. Yeah, it's not too far, but it's also not too close. Down here, already prosperous.
Everything else.
This one's not prosperous, and it can get like 1 trade. Can't get that trade. You can get that one there pretty happily. Gets itself an additional adjacency, gets itself an export, so it only needs 2 more successful adjacencies after that fact.
Yep.
It can't reach all the way up there.
It's gonna be tough, actually. Yeah, it's close. It's close. What are we gonna get? Let's map this out, right? So we've got 2 years of 15 science, end of 23, end of 24. So we're gonna have, what is that? 30 plus 26, 56 science. 56 plus an optional 8 from the ruin, the Forebear ruin.
Also true.
So that gives us a maximum of 64. No, what am I? Yeah, 64. So what do you like here for 64 science? Unless, actually, could you check the missions just to see if we can get a tech reduction? No. Nobody's getting a tech reduction. We've already got 2.
I mean, Ascension Gate gives more outputs for colonies, but their problem is successful adjacencies, not outputs.
Yep.
Replicating nanites, honestly, probably not.
Not worth.
Teleporter structures takes a long... It's a way to get more accessibility across our galaxy and fix things like, you know, this needs to go all the way up here kind of things. That would fix this.
I think we should take Ascension Gates. I think we just need to out happiness.
I think, actually, because specifically this is -8, it's going to take us so many Ascension Gates to overwhelm that, whereas 1 limited teleportation fixes that. Take a person from here, pop it over there.
But we'll be able to build multiple Ascension Gates.
We'll be able to fix multiple things with teleporters. I actually think it's teleporters.
Okay, all right. I
think it's teleporters
for too expensive.
It will be hugely expensive. Do not get me wrong. It is going to be a problem. But I think ultimately it will end up giving us the most happiness because the Ascension Gates are also expensive. Like, we can
Yeah,
skip a
it's
year
true.
and, like, check them out. We can take those
Yeah, I
sites
think
here, skip a year, and then limited teleportation gives us... They cost 30.
okay, but you need 2 of them, so it's 60.
Yeah, true. Ascension Gate
Ascension Gate
costs 50.
50. Oh Jesus. How much does that give? How much happiness does that give?
1. Needs more people. I think it's the teleporter.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I will say, though, if we do this year take the fourth father culture, and then we've got 1 month left until the next year, then we can immediately start teleporting people.
Yeah. Did we take reactionless drive here, actually? If we're going to take limited teleportation.
I think we
have enough?
can as well, right? Because we get
Yeah.
to 41, 49, 17, and 45. Okay, no.
Do we not? Oh, we can.
What? Am I miscounting?
Am I miscounting?
34 plus
17.
15 is 49. 17 plus 45 is more than 49.
49. Where are you getting 49 from?
We get the 8 from Forefather Culture, taking us to 34.
Yeah.
And then we skip a year.
Yeah.
Which is literally 1 month. We can even scan.
Oh no,
Takes
no,
us
we
to
got
49.
2 years left. We got 2 years left.
Oh, we do have 2
science.
years left. I'm talking about what we can do next year.
Oh, okay. I'm with you.
Do you
Sorry,
want
I
to
was
set
getting
up
my
all
bad.
the Ascension Gates in last year and like save money with the reactionless drive and maybe even ubiquitous network beforehand? Is that the plan?
Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, what would the reactionless drive actually give us in terms of cash? Because it's not even that much. It's not even that much. It's not even worth it, to be honest. It's nice, but like,
It's 20.
I'm not sure that's going to make the difference, to be honest. Okay, let's see if we can try and fix this multitude of problems with teleporters.
That doesn't even fix anything for us. Yeah, I think so. Gosh. Should we just pop an asteroid to get 6 before the year's out?
Yeah, I guess. Do we want to take a mission?
People producing planets. So this is going to get another export, and it will get a established adjacency. We can try and set up successful adjacencies. It's going to be a weird
Actually,
one.
maybe
Do we
we
have another free person?
Yeah,
We
I
do have
don't.
another free person.
I don't think we do. I don't think we do actually. We just leave it.
Yeah, I think that's going to put an extra restriction on how we spend most of our things, and that's going to be a problem for us. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, teleportation. Now, this one up here, this one's more likely to pop prosperous, so I think we'll teleport it from here. Oh, it's not paired
It
yet.
needs to be paired, yeah.
Oh, you are kidding me. It
That's
has
okay.
a
That's fine.
range?
It's limited teleportation, not unlimited teleportation. Is there an upgrade actually called unlimited teleportation?
Unfortunately, no.
No. That'll definitely be able to do it, right?
I mean, this would be like, yeah. Something like that, right?
And then robots across. Nice.
It's a lot of successful and prosperities we just popped.
Yeah. We have more problems to fix if we can. There's a hanging ore source, and then there's a hanging chip source. Top left and top right.
Chip can come from here. The ore would have to be elsewhere. So it'd be like, can't afford to pay that, so we do that in the new year. Don't set it down yet, then.
Actually, yeah, okay. What about that? What about that ore world right there? Yeah,
Mhm.
actually, the mineral world. Sorry, the mineral world next to the primordial, up at the top. I think we
So,
can successful that. Yeah, you can successful that. I think.
what's it solve for us?
It solves a successful adjacency to the ocean world.
Which needs 2 more successful adjacencies to pop.
That's true. That's true. It doesn't solve anything.
That can't even connect, unfortunately.
Nope.
This is only 2 on its resource shortage. It's just, well, I mean, it's not the way to solve this. It's just, its export is the way to solve that.
Yeah.
I guess we just pop asteroids for the rest of the year.
Honestly, I think maybe if you place down the teleporter, I think that would be a valuable use of time. I think
Yeah.
we're at that stage where placing it down, even if it doesn't give us anything, is still fine. I don't think that'll...
Just trying to make sure the slipways don't have to be too long, you know?
Yeah. And then maybe I guess you pop some asteroids.
Yay. All asteroids are really low value for us right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's enough to build the other teleporter, by the way.
You're right, it is.
Yeah, next year. Asteroid. One more.
Mm-hmm. 1 year remains. That connects. That connects.
So where's the place that we need ore? It's there. Can we? I don't suppose we can connect up another source to the teleporter. Maybe they can teleport multiple things. No,
Only one
I
connection
didn't
allowed.
think so. What a swizz.
Well, I think this is obvious. Two-way trade, prosperous, successful. Also uses another person, but it also gets us another person. So, how much do we really win? Can that's out of range, unfortunately. Can't go all the way over there. This can just another person off unemployment. Resource shortages and unemployment. Honestly, that's not too much. It's not too bad. It could be a lot worse.
It could be. It could be.
There you go. Another successful and another person off.
Yeah, no missions. There was a connection that could be made to the food processor from the water world, but it's not really worth it.
Can we set up another Haven world anywhere?
Not with 4 months remaining, I don't think.
6, 7 months remaining.
7.
Yeah, we don't have any goods. That'd
Yep.
be key. Do we have any floating wheat? We do have floating wheat up here.
I mean,
A little bit of floating wheat down here, even.
I don't think that. I literally don't think there's anything. Is there any way that we can get to the Forebear Ruin? Perhaps. No, not even that. That's not gonna work. Man, we got real unlucky with the bottom of the universe down here. Like that was so nasty.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I think that's about it.
Oh yeah, we can barely afford anything.
Yep.
Oh my god. And when I say barely afford anything, I mean we actually cannot afford anything. Like, it would be a connection between two things adjacent to one another at this point.
I hope that at the end of the game you have an opportunity to like see the rest of the map, so that you're able to like see what was just out of sensor range, and you can, and you can chastise yourself for not doing that one last scan.
I don't know if I do want to know that. Well,
I think that's all she wrote.
That does appear to be all she wrote.
Just why couldn't you write a better novel? Gosh.
God damn it, Agatha. Honestly, I'll tell you what. I think here's the play that actually fixes all of this. Geoharvesting. If we had geoharvesting, we would have eaten so many of these planets. Like, this is extra hundreds of research and resources for us. I think, so every time you have a game, you have to have some way of trying to get tech, because everyone wants tech of some kind, at least. You need some way to handle your income. You need some way to handle, you know, making people... Like, these are broad, obvious things, right? But then you go a level down, and you need some way to handle fixing problems. So that could be teleporters. It could be hyperlanes. It could be slipways with slipstreams, subspace slipstreams. It can be a bunch of different ways to resolve that one problem, right? You want happiness. Well, you can do that through prosperity. You can do that through projects. There's a lot of different ways of approaching these kind of more meta level goals. And I think one of those is, how are you going to utilize your trash planets, your lava, your desert, your ice ball? How are you going to utilize them? Are you going to mineralize them? Are you going to seed life on them? Right? Or just friggin' eat them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're very, very right.
I will put a corollary to that as well, which is that you also want projects. Like, usually you want to have like an idea of, oh, this is a project that I might use, because otherwise you're just giving up value. You're leaving it on the table. You can only use one project for a reason. They're really good.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that we need to... Late game happiness, it's all good and well having a couple of Haven worlds and even an Ascension Gate, but I feel like we need something more, you know? Like, I feel like a happiness project on a planet would be great.
That would have been ideal, especially if we got the higher level Dender one that allows you to just remove all people from this and then make happiness on the planet. That plus Serenity would have been really good.
Exactly.
I don't think our score is going to be awful. I just don't think it's going to be grand.
It's not a very big empire.
It's definitely not a very big empire. We didn't finish a huge amount of missions either. Do we want to just send them?
Yeah, send it.
I don't even know what we're doing for the rest of that.
I reckon we'll get Plat. Oh my god. Rhapsody. Oh my.
Yeah, I know. Only getting old A+ on tough. And wait,
Wow.
was tough made harder recently?
Maybe?
I don't recall. It either was made harder or it specifically wasn't made harder because it was thought to be hard enough. But I'm going to assume, for our sakes, that it was made harder and
much harder at that.
Impossible,
Much
frankly.
harder.
They stopped giving you primordials. That's weird.
Dude,
One,
how wild
two,
was that?
three.
Like, hardly any.
Yep, and those are usually a huge source of how you get your wheat because, you know, we mentioned previously at the very start of the episode even, robots are often involved in your wheat harvesting processes unless you are getting it from a primordial. I think Dender really pulled this together. I think, like, we were kind of let down by the non-Dender parts of this more than Dender.
Honestly, like, I feel like Silted was the least useless component of the build. Because, I mean, hyperlanes are just Omega Pog. I mean, you know, they're always good. They always fix, like, a billion problems.
Mm-hmm.
But Silted, I mean, I guess they provided the teleporters, but, I mean, by that point, the run had already been waylaid, let's say.
Yeah, I think I was wrong with Silted. If we'd done Microforge things, you know, maybe, but we didn't live in that world.
Yeah, there was too many good level 2 techs to take.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a shame that we weren't able to get Microforges. But it provides interesting perspective on the idea of Microforges, right? If you want to take Microforges, you have to sacrifice the rest of your level 2 tech. Like, you have to take 2 levels in microforges if you want them to be as good as they can be. It's just that simple.
Yeah, and
It's an instructive moment.
I'm certain there is a position for taking only 1 level in Microforge, but it feels like usually when you take it, you want to take both levels.
Yeah, especially if you're like, transitioning into like a Haven world or a Xenotourism or something that can provide, or it can consume all of the outputs of a Microforge.
I will say I'm pleasantly surprised that the Haven world can pop Prosperous even without adjacency bonuses, because that makes it a lot more valuable, because with its prosperity and obviously the inputs for it to reach prosperity, that was 6 happiness. And that is the highest boost of happiness, save removing a resource shortage, that I've seen in the game.
Yeah, I think Xenotourism is the same, actually. It just independently pops Prosperous. I think there might be something else as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah.
It's not Xenolabs. And honestly, probably the farm, the self-farming farm, possibly.
Maybe, actually. Yeah.
It's these kinds of things that are new structures that you can create on planets that, if they have a prosperous level, because like geothermal vents don't and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Super handy. But for the moment, my name's Rhapsody. His name's been Orbital Potato. There's a link in the description down below to the channel you haven't currently been watching this on. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.